Hi, how's everyone doing out there? This is Marcus Thomas, Yellow Nation Motivation, and I just wanted to make a video to discuss about what I read yesterday. It was really awesome. It was about pretty much resurrection and Easter time, and I thought it was really relevant because today is Easter. So the title is Get Back Up. Okay, so Easter is an awesome day that is about getting back up. Resurrecting your life. I feel like it's not just about death, it's about resurrecting your dreams, your hopes, your goals, what you're trying to do with yourself, maybe some stuff that you kind of maybe gave up on, and maybe this is now the opportunity to go back to some of those things and look at them and see if you can come at it with a fresh perspective now. Because in my opinion, this should be New Year's Day, because this day is all about bringing things back to life. What's dead in your life that could use a resurrection right now? I know, over the time we have commercialized it on some levels, and with all of the, bunnies and candy and the importance of new suits and clothes and, I got to get my hair done and this and that. But I'd rather say, whether you got old or new clothes on, every day is a resurrection day. This is the day that if you believe, that God got up with all power and restored faith for mankind. And I think that, that's real significance right there for us to be proud and happy. So I want to talk about, the relevance of the cross, because see, we must learn as we live our lives in this day and age not to forget that it was said, as often as you do this in remembrance of me, don't forget what I did for you on the cross. So as much as we celebrate it and enjoy it, remember the real true importance behind it is, resurrecting things. So why for us to understand how much God loves us and how much he showed it, the lengths that he would go to give us another chance and to save us and give us new life. So I feel like if there's goals or dreams or something you need to accomplish, then there's no length that you wouldn't go, hopefully, to accomplish it, because that was one of the main reasons why God did what he did, was to give us that hope, give us that dream that we can do whatever we want. All we have to do is just believe. So it's just that thought that should erase, I feel like, your fears and, low self-esteem and the feeling of worthlessness. Because think about it for a second. Would you give up your child for some people that you don't personally know, that has disappointed you over and over again, So, I think that that's an awesome price that he had to pay, but he paid it, because even in Corinthians it says, if God had the power, you know, to take the sting out of death and the victory out of the grave, then in that same breath, I feel like our worries and needs on this earth will always be met. So if God could go down to hell shaking the keys of deliverance, then surely he can erase all my problems and my cares, which are pretty much probably an afterthought for him. What we worry about, it's probably already settled. We just haven't been patient enough to wait for the resolution to come. So, and the other thing was, God got up, he got up without any assistance, any type of human help, so in that same breath, that means he does not need our help to work out his will in our life. We just have to believe in it. I think personal connectivity is a big part of that. I think we have to have a personal connection in our life to him, and because in Romans it says, therefore we were buried with him through baptism unto death. So just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we should walk in the newness of life. So me, that means that we all have a cross to carry. We all have burdens to bear, all types of crosses, seen and unseen. Your job could be a cross, your children could be a cross, your relationship could be a cross, because you are attached to this thing, maybe financially or emotionally, and it might be hurting you, but you need it, you want it, you can't just turn your back on it. So it's like you have to go through this, you have to go through this humbling experience. I think that it keeps us from being too impressed with ourselves, because I think God knows how to humble us so that he can get the glory out of our lives. It's like he gets the glory, he gets the praise, and then we kind of reap all the benefits of it, which I don't think that's too bad of a deal, especially when a lot of the time, we live an awesome life from that. So I don't think that's too bad of a deal, because we all have a cross, but remember, Christ's story didn't end on a cross, and neither does ours. So you see, we might be down right now, but that won't last forever. You might be broke right now, but that won't last forever. You might be, lonely or upset or disappointed in your children or whatever the case may be, but it won't last forever. We can work our way through it, so I feel like, remember, God didn't just, he didn't just die, he got back up. So that means you can't have resurrected power until you have an experience with suffering. So see, under all of our fine clothes this day, there's some pain under that suit. There's some hurt under that beautiful dress that lady might have on. You don't know what people went through, in order to feel this good or look this good. So instead of being jealous, understand, you're resurrecting. It might be, you might look better than theirs. You might enjoy your personal resurrection better than they did theirs. Who knows? We don't know, so I think it's just a process that you have to work through, so I think, to God be the glory of all of that, though, when things just work out without you even, putting forth the effort or trying to, I think it's just patience. We just have to have patience to allow them to work themselves out, so you should always know and understand from that sacrifice alone how awesome you are, how worthy you are, how precious you are. See, resurrection is not something that happens in your past. I feel like it happens every day. I'm being resurrected right now. I think everybody has their own resurrection every day, and I don't think that resurrection is just physical. I think it's a mental thing too. He restores your mind and your body, so it's never too late, because if there's breath in your body, then that means your job is not done, so always understand that even though you're carrying a cross, your resurrection will come one day, but will you have the patience to wait for it, and will you be prepared for your opportunity when it comes? You have to be ready for it, or it was useless for you to wait and suffer through all that pain if you wasn't gonna fight for what you want in life. What's the sense in struggling if you're not struggling for a purpose? Suffering won't last forever, so just stick it out, hang in there. That's all I got for today. I enjoyed it, and as always, it was more for me than anyone else, but if I was able to touch somebody with this, then I'm very, very pleased with that. I love you all. Thank you very much for the support. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. As always, I need some topics. Drop some comments, what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. If you have any questions, please let me know. There's going to be some links down below. Please check them out. I love you all, and let's go be great.